Monday Night Football. Detroit Lions get some kind of retribution. They defeat the Ravens 38-30. Now let me speak to what Nick is referencing. I went to sleep at halftime. It's 14-14. I wake up, and the first pick I see is from our beloved Nitty Gritty page. Make sure you follow on Twitter. And it's a picture of Lamar, and he's like, and I said, "Oh, them niggas must have lost." That's the first thing. I ain't look at the score. I ain't look at no stats. I just saw Lamar. Oh, them niggas must have. And Nick hit me up like, "Yo, you ain't shit," and he's right. But I literally just woke up in the algorithm. It's my algorithm.
You respond? You said something on this go?
Yeah, nah, he just liked it.
No,
you liked it. You liked it.
Immediately.
Yeah.
I'm about to say he just it would have been funny. He just randomly text you that shit. Like, you ain't shit.
Right. Yeah, I liked it because I might have to meme that. Like I might have to use that later on down the season. But that's what he's referring to.
That's funny.
Keys, start off with you. Your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I mean the same thing as last week. I'll let the fellow Flock get into the breakdown again. You already know where I'm coming from, Sco. I've been saying this for 4 years. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about if it falls on deaf ears. I don't care about if the YouTube commenters are saying like he's a good coach. I don't care about none of that shit. I'm dead serious. Like this guy has to go. Like, and it's evident. Like it's evident if you watch the Ravens play like we do, like you do, not because you're a Ravens fan, because you do the show with us. But if you watch the Ravens closely, you would know that John Harbaugh is a problem. You would know that, Zach Orr is a goddamn problem. Like, it gets to the point now where it's laughable because you said all the time he's a lifer. And that may be true at this point because what he's doing now is malpractice. Like, just instance from the game. Like, I don't even got to talk about the other pass shit that he done, but just from this game, like, you get down there, you got first and goal from the 1. You end up with 4th and goal from the 3 or 4. So obviously things ain't going your way. You're losing yards. And not only that, you get the ball back at the halftime. So why not just take the points there, get some momentum or whatever, and then late in the game, 4th and 7 and 8 into the game, what we do, we kick the ball back to the Lions and rely on our defense, who hasn't stopped anything all night. And we didn't learn a lesson from Buffalo. He does that again. He did that again. He make the personnel decisions. He's the one who says, you're a starter. You start here. You come off the bench. When they meet with John Harbaugh, Todd Monken, and Zach Orr, and they whatever Thursday, Friday, whatever Saturday, and they install them game plans, John Harbaugh got to okay that shit. And at this point, he's just okaying anything because to come out and and zone a quarterback that's been in the NFL for 10 plus years is ridiculous. Like anybody can throw on a 2 deep zone, dog. Anybody can beat that. You don't have to be Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Big Ben or Aaron Rodgers. You don't have to be these guys. You can be Jared Goff. And and people want to bring up, they banged up. One person should not let you give up 225 yards on the ground. And especially when you have other big name, high price people in that defense. We talk about Roquan, so we talk about Marlon Humphrey. None of these guys showed up last night. None of them. I'll let them talk about the offside of the ball, but my main focus is like you're not putting your players in the right position to win. I mean, you're dropping David Ojabo, you're dropping Mike Green in coverage, 2 things that they've never done in their goddamn life. And we talked about, so you mentioned the last time how y'all been dropping TJ in coverage. Even veteran linebackers, NFL defensive MVPs struggle with that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it takes time to be able to drop in coverage as an outside linebacker and defend. And not only you dropping them outside, you dropping them outside to defend the likes of Sam Laporta and David Montgomery and Gibbs. Like that, it don't make sense. It's not what the team. And granted, the Ravens to me are still the most talented team, but they're not a good team. They won't be a good team. This defense is not. And we talked about a Super Bowl bust. This defense is not even playoff worthy. You can't even make the playoffs with this type of defense. Yet alone even contend for any type of championship, any type of division. This defense keep up with no changes. I guarantee you the Ravens will fend under 500 and they won't not make the playoffs. Like, you can't. It's ridiculous. How do you lead the league in scoring and you 1 and 2, dog? Like that like at this point it's ridiculous. Like, how do you lead the league in scoring? You 1 and 2. How do your quarterback has the best passing rate and lead the league in touchdowns? No turnover, no interceptions anyway, and you're 1-2, and it looks that bad. Your defense can't stop a nose. They can't stop Bishop Sycamore. They can't stop a nosebleed. It's ridiculous. And like it's funny as hell because like you can see that we had them on 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, and it was easy work for them. No type of pressure, stuff that we've been saying for 4 years. Coming to the season, a lot of our keys was the offensive line and what these outside linebackers gonna do. Can we get some type of pass rush? Both of them things are non-existent. We came into the draft saying we need the help. We need the secondary help. So the secondary is still the same way it was 3 years ago. It's a mess. You handcuffing these rookies. You putting these rookies in a position to not succeed. Like you got Malachi Starks playing 30 years off the ball. If he's not ready to play, take him out the game. Like there's no reason why if the game plan is to force if the game plan is to force them to run and you know they're going to run, get him closer to the line of scrimmage. It's just the way we line up. There's no disguise. Like you can literally watch the Ravens game and point as a fan, the corner blitz is coming now. This person is coming out. So if we can see it as fans, what the hell you think Jared Goff and that offense is doing, dog? Like, what do you think Pat Mahomes is going to do next week? What you saw what Josh Allen did next week. Like, the Ravens are lucky they played the Browns week 2, or they probably be 0-3. And I'm being real here. Like, it's not a good time to be a Ravens fan, because the team sucks. Like, the product is not. It just is. I guess it's poorly coached. It's bad. The product is bad. It is not because they don't have the talent. It's because the Ravens are consistently not in the right place. Even the end of the first half, they get the ball back. How are they even in position to kick a field goal? Like, I don't understand that. Like, what are you defending, Zach? Or like, what are you doing? And we said it last year. We gave him a little bail because they brought in the MPs. The defense got better, but he's not ready. He can't. I don't think they should fire him, but they got to relieve his play calling duties. You cannot allow him to call plays if this is calling drop back zones on 3rd and 9 instead of just getting in the zone and letting everything come in front of you. Now you got your 2 outside linebackers, so don't drop in coverage. Turn that back to the ball and run away from Sam Laporta. Run away from it's not making sense. It's not adding up. And like I said, it starts at the top. John Harbaugh is the one to okay these game plans. John Harbaugh hires Zach Orr because he wanted to say, I drafted him. This is my guy. Well, your guy sucks, and and you suck too, and the defense sucks, and it's not something that I would feel a little bit better because the Lions are a good team, but it's not something that just happened yesterday game. Though this has been happening for 3 years, 4 years. And we could take it back to 2015, 2016. John Harbaugh, the way he's coaching, the game management. It's just bad. It's bad. It's literally horrible. And then you look out Seattle and you see Mike McDaniel, that defense out with 15 points a game. I don't think that defense is a talent to the Ravens, but guess what? They got a scheme that's so ridiculous that you can't score against it. So it's like we passed the bend though don't break. Like it's past this point. Like you should be embarrassed. You should be, you should be coming into next week and coming into Kansas City with a humble attitude. All of that talk, that you got to cut all that, and it starts at the top. But see, John Harbaugh, I don't even know how he know how to humble his team because he can't humble himself. He's a narcissist. He don't come in post game and say it's my fault. We better game plan. So I like what the guys did. The offensive line played better. Okay. But at the end of the day. I told you, you beat the Browns, you lose to the Bills, and you lose to the Lions. You're not a good team. Like I said, like I told you last story, it don't matter who you beat. If you keep losing to the good teams, you're not a good team. You don't compare. So that's what I feel about the Ravens. Like you can talk about granted the Packers lost weekend, but the Packers, the Bills, the Eagles, all the don't put the Ravens in the echelon. They don't belong there. And until further notice, I don't even know what this defense if they get there for the rest of the season.
Yeah, so this team, paper champions right now. You kind of look at what the situation is. There are people that will sit there and say, well, just look at the Ravens schedule. Look at who they played early on. Who do you think we would play if we made the playoffs? Who do you think we would play if we actually made a deep run? These are the teams that you're going to have to see, right? So how you stack up against them, albeit it's September, how you stack up against them, how you approach these games, it matters. And let's just look at the game. Opening drive, Detroit scores. We answer with a quick score on our own. At that point, we feel like, okay, this is going to be a chess match. It's going to be one of those nights. What followed that is when I knew it was going to be a rough night for us. 18 play drive, 98 yards, over 10 minutes chewed up on clock. That type of drive where a team on the road that historically does not play well outdoors, historically does not play well on grass, historically does not play well on the road, to allow them to come into your home stadium as you have a blackout and drive 98 yards down the field and chew up that amount of clock, it tells you that there was no fear. They went through you and did what they needed to do to you. I don't like that type of stuff. As far as being a Ravens fan, for as long as I've been a Ravens fan, I started watching the Ravens when I was a kid. So as long as I can remember, regardless of how our defense performs, whether it was number one in the NFL, whether it's middling, we could always stop the run. There was never an issue in Baltimore with playing run defense. How we look on the back end, us getting to the quarterback, sometimes iffy in our history. Rushing defense and stopping the run and not allowing teams to just gut you through the middle, that's something that we've never had to worry about. And now that's something that is our biggest weakness, our rush defense. If we can't stop the run, we're going to have a tough go at things. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery became the first line teammates to score multiple rushing touchdowns in the same game since Dutch Clark, who, and Ernie Cadell, who, in November 1936. It's 2025. That's the problem.
Every week we setting bad records, right? I think I said
the last 2 weeks we've set an insane amount of history, and none of it is good, right? Even something to where you would think is good, like most points scored, to have a losing record after 3 games. That's not a good feeling. That's not something you want to write on your jacket or your resume, because it doesn't mean anything. We're scoring all these points and it's empty. We're stat padding. We can't stop a nosebleed. You have all this talent, so to speak, all these resources invested on the defense. We don't get any return on investment. What would Big T say? Big T wouldn't like that. There's no efficiency here. We got every level paid for, accounted for. We have draft picks every level on defense, and we still can't stop anybody. Zach Orr, yes, he has to go. I've been trying to be patient with the brother, right? I be trying. Like I won't give bail to Shedeur Sanders, cool, because he sucks. Zach Orr, I've tried. Can't do it no more. He's trash too. Get him out of here. Bring in real voices, real talent. And it has to be, it can't be a Fast and the Furious type of decision. Like, it can't be family over everything. Like, it can't be that. Let these people earn these keeps. Zach Orr, I don't believe, earned it from Mike McDonald. He was earmarked a position. Something was held down for him, but he didn't earn a position because he didn't put in the work to get to that spot that quickly. And it's showing. Whenever you have to say, maybe we should take away his play calling duties, why the fuck is he the defensive coordinator if he don't have play calling acumen? If he doesn't have a scheme of his own that he can rely on and that he can trust in, what the fuck are we doing? You mean to tell me we have to bring in Dean Pease for some modicum of like, are we being for real? Dean Pease? It shouldn't be a Dean Pease away to where we add him last year, things get a little bit better. Dean Pease wasn't that guy to begin with. We ran him out of town for a reason too. And yeah, to Key's point, we see Mike McDonald doing what he does, right? And we see John Harbaugh doing what he does. Is anybody surprised at how he comes into the post-game press conference, how he presents himself, the things he says, the level of urgency he has in his tone? It's always, we can get better. We have to go back to the drawing board. We'll be okay. We're mighty men. I'm tired of hearing that we're mighty men, bro. You can't be a mighty man giving up a 98-yard drive and then following that up later in game with a 96-yard drive. I mean, goddamn. It used to be a time in Baltimore where field position mattered. We used to win field position and it would do something for us. Oh, we pinned them inside the 5. That shit don't matter. They're walking us down. Marlon Humphrey, getting walked down. Nigga talk too much. He talks too much. I don't be wanting to hear all of that without the stuff on the field. Now, if you want to do the stuff on the field, by all means, get your shit off. But 20 minutes after a game, I don't want to see you filming contact, bro. 20 minutes after the game, you need to be at M&T Bank Stadium defending goal routes, motherfucker. Because on fourth down, you seem like you was the only person surprised that Amon Ra was streaking down the field on a play action. Duh. Could you at least competed on that rep? Or at least show some accountability and stay off the fucking internet? Because I don't care about the content that you're providing when the real content that you're getting paid to provide is helping to lose us games. And you're supposed to be our defensive leader. And, you know, I'll wrap up soon, but just wanted to call out a few things. Lamar Jackson, he played amazing, but at the same time, yeah, he has to. People, oh, do you want Lamar to be perfect, as close to perfect as possible? Because that's what is required right now. I don't care to hold his hand in this situation. Yeah, he played at a 9. I need him at a 9.8. I need him at a 9.9. No, we can't continue to get caught and tripped up by our ankles after we didn't held the ball 7, 8, 9 seconds. I get that you're trying to make a play. I get that you're trying to look downfield, but you're Lamar fucking Jackson. Get the fuck loose when we need to. If we need first down, baby, go. I don't got time for all this playing, yo. I've never seen him get tackled by his ankles so much. And is he hurt? Is he nursing an injury? He did get injured late into well, not early into the season, as far as the first week of practice. Is he nursing a foot injury? Is there something that got re-aggravated? I know Lamar Jackson. I know his speed. I know his game speed, and I know how he goes. I didn't see that aggressiveness on his legs yesterday. We need his legs as much as his arm. It can't just be the arm. We need both. You know, I brought up the run defense. You know, we need to get healthy up front, but Nnamdi Madubuike doesn't seem like he's coming back. They're talking about a neck injury and talking about it's a long-term deal. Kyle Van Noy, he's old as fuck. You know, we had Ojabo out there, man. Where's Owe? We have 3. What do we have? 3 sacks on the year? They had 7 sacks yesterday against us and 30 pressures. That might be fucking Owe's career high. Damn near.
30 pressures is crazy.
30 how?
Shit, I thought it was more than 30 watching the game. I ain't gonna hold you.
Ronnie Stanley is supposed to be on the left side holding it down. He's getting used and abused just like everybody else. It seems like these people, people have gotten paid recently. Derrick Henry, I got to hold you accountable. I do like how you hold yourself accountable, but, you know, 3 fumbles in 3 games, 10 fumbles in your career in the fourth quarter. You just got paid. Need you to perform a little better. Ronnie Stanley, you just got paid. I need you to perform a little better. I mean, this stuff is inexcusable. Zay Flowers, no, I don't think he got shut down. No, I don't think he got shut down. Look at what he was on pace for in the first 2 games. He was on pace for about 1,800 yards, averaging about 100 and some change a game. Now, I do know how our organization likes to think, and let me put my conspiracy tinfoil hat on, because people don't like to read a room sometimes. On pace for 1,700 yards, we go into a game against a potential contender, and we choose not to feature our best weapon. Have you ever heard of a game in which a team is trying to win, where they go out their way to not feature their number 1 receiver? Is it a cost-cutting measure? Because we don't like the idea of having to pay a wide receiver money. Do you see what these wide receivers are getting paid? The market rate is the market rate. We already talking about trying to get him, like trying to pay him a short or not pay him at all. That's the talk on Twitter, right? Is he a wide receiver 1? Does he deserve the type of money that those guys get? Well, if I'm on pace for 1,800 yards, guess what my agent's going to say? And guess what I'm going to believe? How do we limit that? Let's get Rashad involved today. Let's get Tez involved. Let's throw it to Diop a little bit. Let's get Mark involved for the first time all season. No, me personally, I want to get my best player as far as skill player. You know, as far as on the outside, I would like to get my best player on the outside involved. and let everything from that build from that standpoint. I mean, I don't see people just saying, you know what, we're not going to utilize Justin Jefferson. We're going to go spam T.J. Hawkinson and Adam Thielen. Nah, I'm not going to throw it to Jamar Chase. It doesn't work like that. So that is concerning for me. And finally, no, I don't. As far as title contenders, I don't see how this problem fixes itself because we have a trench issue on offense and a trench issue on defense. We can't pass protect. Run blocking has went from a strength to, I would say, it's average now. We have average run blocking. It's not a strength like it used to be. Defensively, we can't stop the run. We can't get pressure. That is not how you win games. And I know everybody has a hard on, and I'm sorry, I can't censor myself today. I know everybody has a hard on for Keaton Mitchell, but RB4 isn't fixing those fucking issues. Respectfully.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You talk about Zay Flowers, and I watched the game with Keith. I don't understand why we don't get him involved early. That's your wide receiver one. Why is he not touching the ball in the first possession? Too many times he's going without touching the ball early. But to be 1-2, you got Lamar, who's got a 141.8 passer rating on the season, 10 total touchdowns, no interceptions, and you sitting at 1-2. Quarterback not turning the ball over, but you still losing football games. This defense, I mean, you saw 295-plus yard drives yesterday. We talk about historically bad. Hasn't been done in Baltimore since 2001. So it's been 24 years since a team did it once. The Lions did it twice yesterday. Used to be a time you could back this defense up, and you was punting the ball. We was getting the ball in the 50. Jared Goff going up and down the field. To me, this is a problem. It starts at the top, John Harbaugh. You ask him at the beginning of the season, is this Super Bowl or bust? He says that's silly. The team carries themselves as if it's silly. Week in, week out, they carry themselves that way. It's not Super Bowl or bust. There is no urgency. When you watch the games, you see it too often. And it's just disappointing to watch as a fan, and it's just bad. You get tired of watching it. I mean, how many times can you sit there and watch Mike Green drop back in the coverage like he's talked about? I mean, how many times can you just continually send 4 and not blitz Jared Goff? I mean, if you remember the game 2 years ago, what did the Ravens do? They heated Jared Goff up from the first possession. He was off his marker from the first possession. Last night, Jared Goff was never off his marker. Jared Goff had a day for all intents and purposes. The one time we did get a little bit of pressure on him, he got out of it and ran for 5-6 yards. So, like, it's just people in the wrong place, man, and that's coaching. I'm sure play calling got a lot to do with it too, but I mean, you paying these guys a lot of money. Roquan Smith what impact? You want to talk about what he did first to Cleveland Browns? What you do first a playoff team? Like, I don't care what you did first, Joe Flacco. What are you doing against the Josh Allens, the Mahomes, the Burrows, the so on and so forth?
Roquan Smith be elite in the most non-elite situations.
Yeah.
Like, that's that Chicago Bears shit. I'm not used to that.
Yeah, I'm not used to it at all.
Bench him. I understand why just bench him. I don't get it.
You can't.
Why can't you? Why can't you?
You know it's.
Did you see? You seen him play? He sucks at this point. Right now,
his back was to the quarterback.
Right now, he's not good. I mean, you can't play players. That's not they. I mean, they are. Granted, we can say what we want to say, but this is what Dave said last week. They came out. I mean, a week after that Bills game, they said if the job is not getting done, you're not going to play, right? That's what they said. That was Marlon Humphrey exact words. That wasn't nothing that Nick me or Keith said. That was Marlon Humphrey exact words.
Marlon.
So my thing is, if you're not getting a job done, you shouldn't be playing. Like, is it? And to your
sit down next to me, homie.
Right, to your earlier point, Nick. Like you made when Marlon is sticking Amon-Ra St. Brown 1-on-1. Why is that the scheme? Why do you have Marlon? He can't guard him 1-on-1. That's impossible. Why is he sticking him 1-on-1? I don't care how much money you pay Marlon Humphrey at this point, Nick. I wouldn't put nobody on him unless you Denzel Ward, some of the top cornerback purchases.
Not when you've been getting cooked all game.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. You got to read the room. And that's what you can't. This is a bad type of, play. It comes back to the play calling. like get these guys, Kyle Hamilton. You got to make a play. Like you can't just be back there running around getting cardio. Like you're a
but
great
you talk.
safety. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say you talk about play calling, and I'm looking at Todd Monken. I mean, we go back to the Buffalo game. Rashad Bateman makes a hell of a catch, puts us on a 1 or 2 yard line. We're first and goal from the 2. And what do? We're kicking a field goal from the 8 or 9 yard line. What happens last night? We're first and goal from the 1.5, and we're throwing Derrick Henry halfback passes on third down, and Lamar's rolling out to the right, which is what do I always tell you, Keys? I hate that play. It cuts off half the field. It's a dump. It cuts off half the field. If you don't win, it's nothing there. All you can do is throw the ball away. And he had no play. He fumbles.
Keith, hold that thought. Why is it that has happened with 2 different play callers? Is that a John Harbaugh thing?
That's foundational? That's what it seems like. The same way they hiking the ball, with 1 or 2 seconds on the play clock. Well, guess what? Now the defense don't got to guess the snap count. We can just go. It's balls to the wall. We know y'all hiking the ball with 1 second left because y'all take forever to get to the line.
Now, if you look at other teams around the NFL, like y'all watch NFL tick, y'all watch. If you look at the other teams break the huddle, it'd be like 18 seconds left. Dog. You can assess the defense. The Ravens break the huddle with 8 seconds left every single time, and that to me, that's not a coach issue. Lamar got to get better. And to your point, like he's playing as great as he can play right now, but he has to be better. Like his decision making has to be better. He's getting away right now because he's so great and he's so athletic. But both of these last 2 games, take away the Bills game, but if you look at the beginning of the Cleveland game and the beginning of the last night, and even throughout last night, he was off the marker. A lot of balls was overthrown, thrown out of bounds, and it could you can attest it to the pressure. I'm not saying that the pressure on he got happy feet, but I like you said, if 10 is the scale, he has to be 12. He has to be 30. He just got to at this point. And it's sad that it got to be that way. I mean, it's sad that his coaches put him in that position, but it's going to be what it's going to be at this point because it's going to be Lamar bust. The defense is not going to. He's not going to make no changes. Nothing's going to happen on the defense side of the ball.
And you will hope that the team will build a fort around him as far as the offensive line, but then you think about why they don't. And I'm not defending it. I don't agree with that type of roster construction, right. But the way the cheapies in our castle like to think, Lamar is elusive. He's a 2-time MVP. Historically, you can't get him down. So we don't maybe need to invest every single resource into the O-line because Lamar can make up for it. Is that the way to go? I don't think so. I wouldn't have let a Zeitler leave personally. I forgot homie that left to go to who was our swing tackle last year? What is his name?
Makari.
We went to the Jags, right?
Do you guys miss him yet? Because I'll take him.
In Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be playing.
Did you see that?
He'd be playing over 77.
Who did he even put a hand on the play on the goal line?
77.
My man straight whooped him, was in the end zone. He was running the tush push.
Right. We're not talking about 1st and 10 from year 20. We're talking about scoring plays. We're talking about from
Rosengarten.
Why is Ben Cleveland in the game when you're trying to score a touchdown?
It makes you remember some of the guys that we all used to complain about that I wouldn't mind having anymore. And back to my original point, as far as roster construction, yeah, they're slighting the O-line. They paid Ronnie Stanley. They said, okay, that's enough, Lamar. You got Ronnie, and we're gonna draft middle. You got Ronnie and you got Tyler. We gave you 1st round talent there. Everybody else go figure it out. We're gonna hope and pray. So yeah, on Lamar's plate, he has a lot on his plate right now, and he does need to be at his best. Does he need to be perfect? As close to perfect as possible. Yes, he needs to get better with being able to make changes at the line. I don't know if I don't know if it's a situation where we're coming up to the line with 8 seconds because that's an area he doesn't excel in. Because I'm sure if we had Tom Brady, that wouldn't be the scenario because that is a strength of his. Peyton Manning, that was a strength of theirs. So I'm not sure if it's something to where it's not a strength of Lamar's, but if it is a strength of Lamar's, let him do it. Because we're taking away our own flexibility and hamstringing ourselves. And yeah, we need him to be in charge of protections, be in charge of audibles. We need him to go to run when it's time to run. We need him to always keep it. We need him to be Superman because that's the way this roster has been constructed. It's a nice roster on paper, but we don't have the people to make it gel. We don't have that scheme that's going to bring and put people in the right positions to be their best selves. Nate Wiggins, jury is out on him. He looks a little light on the ass, and I don't see him making enough plays to. He's not shut down, that's for sure. So again, all of this first round talent, all of this money being spent, I just don't see where it's going. Malachi Starks, to Key's point earlier, Darius Washington got hurt. He was the thumper. He was the guy that kind of would be able to come down and put a hat on somebody.
What I said about Darius,
he's been saying that Nick, every time we watch the game.
I miss him so.
He's saying that all season.
We have to rely on a rookie, and that's.
I miss Darius Washington bad, dog. Like regardless of his stature, his size, you've seen him play. He plays hard. It's what the Ravens need. You need them intangible pieces. You can't all have high price play and first round talent. Like it don't. You gotta have them players that's third or fourth round picks. That's willing to get dirty.
I know we about to end. Eric DeCosta been trying to give you some compliments and stuff. Been trying to be a better person in my life, but my nigga, like where we have no depth. Your draft picks be looking crazy under the light, and these are the things that hold us back. Now, mind you, 3 games in, we have a lot of season to go, but we're going into Kansas City next week, and they're just as desperate as we are. It's going to be rowdy, and they're not a bad team. So let's get that out of our head. So
and they may get Brady back.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about EDC. I mean, you got to get pass rushes, and I mean, we haven't developed a pass rusher in Baltimore since Suggs. I mean, we had Dumerville, but he was a transplant. Like, we have not had a pass rusher.
I need a transplant.
Yeah, at this point, we got to get a transplant.
Please.
I mean, we can't do it in house. It's going to have to be a transplant.
Put me on the waiting list. Shit, I don't
know. Yo, 1 second. 1 second. Clowney, cheap talent that I feel like we could have just got. Why not? Why not kick the tires? We saw how he performed for us before.
It's ego, dog. It got to be at this point. It got to be like something.
Micah Parsons wanted to be a Raven. He wanted to play and help Lamar accomplish his goals. He wanted to wear purple.
That's what I said. What I tell you, throw the house at Dallas. I don't care if you give it Mike Green or you give it whatever they want.
Figure it out.
The land Micah Parsons, and you pay him whatever you want. You pay him whatever you want at this point. But yeah.
I mean, we pay everybody else to get nothing in return.
But guess what? We can complain all you want to. It don't matter. You gotta go to Kansas City this week, so you gotta put up a shut up at this point. That's really what it come down to.
I hope y'all enjoy.
You have fun, Skull?
I hope y'all enjoy y'all trip. I hope y'all get y'all some good barbecue.
I'm gonna enjoy the trip, but rather the Ravens, I'm enjoying my trip.
I will say this: I wouldn't have had it on my bingo card to start the season that either the Chiefs or the Ravens would be 1-3.
Right, that's very true.
So if you ask me if I'm enjoying myself, either or makes me happy.